Yeah.
11. So when it was it 96? Can't remember what the 92 point. I can't remember what it was, but I used to listen to it in my bedroom as a kid and listen to the sets and that.
Yeah.
And I just knew that I was just obsessed with that anyway.
Yeah.
So I was DJing and that. So I'd have a little setup and that in the bedroom, and whoever could MC and all that would come round, would make tapes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started producing from when I was in school, from when I learned to use Cubase.
Yeah.
So that would have been around year 10.
Is that what you still use?
Nah, I use what's it called? Ableton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, these new beats that I'm hearing, Daily Duppy, the SBTV freestyle.
Yeah.
Mad, you know?
Yeah. I've been having fun with it again.
I feel like people need to hear more of them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Don't just do a little freestyle here and there. Like, don't let that be the only time we hear it, because honestly, it's sounding proper like futuristic grime.
Yeah. No,
like
I'm on
the way
it.
It should be 20 years later.
Well,
you know
I think after my third album, I stopped making beats.
Yeah.
So it's only when I got to like the Rascal album, or even after that, where I jumped on it a little bit and started dabbling again.
Yeah.
But the next thing I got coming out, I'm back.
Is that
I'm
coming
back
out
there
this
on
year?
the buttons.
Is that coming out?
I don't know if it's this year,
Okay.
but something's coming.
We're looking forward to it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, bear in mind, sorry, I wanted to bring it back. You mentioned Rinse. We're on Rinse. When was the last time you were on Rinse?
I can't remember the last time I was
Would it
actually
have been
on Rinse.
the Brick Lane one? Did you go to that one?
I remember doing a set with D-Double, Footsie and Esco, rest in peace.
Okay.
That's the last time I can remember doing a proper set on here. I might have passed through. I did pass through for like, I didn't spit though. I did like a little interview thing a few years ago in Brick Lane. You're right.
Okay, yeah. The Brick Lane one.
Yeah.
A lot of memories in the Brick Lane one, man. Big up Brendan, man, in the building, foundations. You know what I mean? He's been there making everyone look good for a long time.
Right. It's all different now. When we was out there playing pool, I was just thinking like the evolution of Rinse. I was at Rinse from when it was in the Porter cabins, like in Aberfeldy. Like whoa, different time, man.
Yeah, G made it happen, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we got
man.
G, we got Slimzy. So, what I like to do on my show when I get a guest on these 2-hour specials is I like to listen back to all the music, and I come to a definitive answer as to what my 3 favourite songs of that person are.
Sir.
And then I want to play them, get your opinion, thoughts about how it was made, when it was made, what you're feeling, why you said what you said, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So at 3, my 3rd favourite Dizzee Rascal song of all time is Brand New Day. Tell me about Brand New Day.
I'm wondering if I just started off just messing around on the keyboard. I can't even know what that sound is, but I know I've always been into like I want to say Chinese, Japanese, South Asian kind of sounds. I was always into kung fu films and all that, so when I started playing around with that, that's kind of what that was. But then I put a beat underneath it and all that. And
the thing is, the mad thing about like Brand New Day and like this beat that you were talking about, there are certain sounds that I think I just never heard again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't feel like I heard anything that sounded like Brand New Day again.
Some of them would have been, because put it this way, so at that time, Cage had a studio in Bermondsey.
Yeah.
Originally in Deptford and Bermondsey. So Danny C, Cage, all these people, we've kind of been around them. So me, Wiley, Danny Weed, G, Target. At one point, we all used the same studio. I think G left at one point, but me, Target, Danny and Wiley were all using the same studio. So we're using the same equipment. When I say the same studio, I mean the same studio. So we was all using the same sound bank. So like the Esky sound, like we all use that bass line, but we used it differently. So everyone knows Eskimo, but I used it and stopped that. Some people don't even recognize it because I used it lower down the key. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting.
But a lot of these sounds were either on keyboards that I can't remember the name of, or just some of them were samples that even Cage would have had just in whatever bits of equipment. I wasn't an equipment buff then. I just needed the thing, sounds lined across the keyboard. I play, I like that, and I'd play it all the way through. So like I'd play it all the way. I don't do that no more. Everyone just does loops in it, but I'd just literally play the drums, basically the beat all the way through.
Does that mean you still have them sounds, or it's just lost in time, like in those particular keyboards? Or
you know what's crazy? Because it depends on what what sounds and what machines or modules and that they came from. Like I said, at them times I wasn't looking, and for the album I've been making for the last year or whatever, I ended up buying old bits of equipment like a Proteus and all that, and I found certain sounds and loops like back, like, oh rah, but I didn't even realize, oh, I had that, like, oh, I didn't have that. That was what was in the studio at the time. Like, oh, okay, that's what that was. So it's even the one thing that or two bits of equipment I definitely know was the Triton, which is where the gliding square came from, right? And I know the Proteus was another one we used quite a lot. Everything else, I don't even know, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough, man. So listen, I want to play Brand New Day, right? And I think one thing I noticed when I listened back to everything, because I really wanted to make sure I gave the right 3. And I might, you know what, I might not have the right 3 because you've got a lot of bangers.
There's no right 3 anyway.
I know, and there are like honourable mentions I'm gonna have to say, but what I did notice is, I think the style I like the most of yours, is when it's like, it's kind of like street commentary. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like you're telling real stories, and it's kind of slower, right? Like I love hype Dizzee. Do you know what I mean? I love that. But like Brand New Day, you're really telling a story and you're painting a picture for a scene for a lot of people that wouldn't have any idea what it was about. I think that's my favourite Dizzee, innit? So without no further ado, we're going to play my 3rd favourite Dizzee tune of all time. This one.
JME, yeah, boy better know, CEO. You locked into Oblig, yeah? Shut your mouth.
Alright, that one there, Brand New Day, Dizzee Rascal. That is my 3rd favourite Dizzee song of all time. It's a beautiful song, man.
Nah, it is. I remember playing it to someone and it made them cry.
Yeah.
Like, someone else was like, raw. Like, I didn't expect to get that reaction, but it was all like really heartfelt. That's what was going on around the time.
Yeah.
Now I'm older. It's just I just captured, I guess, adolescence.
Yeah.
From a council estate perspective. You know what I mean? Of the time.
For sure.
It's mad listening back now. Then. Yeah.
Mad. But you know what? As well, it's like I remember seeing that video of you performing it with the orchestra. There's like a video of you performing it with
the proms. Oh no, it might have been. Was it outside? Was it outdoors or indoors?
I don't remember. I feel like it was indoors.
It might have been after the proms.
Full
orchestra,
quartet orchestra, that whole thing behind you.
Nah, it lends itself good to that, man. I love that. I did it again at Crystal Palace last year. Yeah, that was really nice, man. Because they add extra musical bits where like I said, where a lot of that. Not to be fair, that the actual beat, it's actually got quite a lot going on. Yeah. Like it's mad how much detail I used to put in it. It's like at the same time, Sometimes I listen back to my old beats there and I'm like, like I said, because I was so young, but I was just locked in.
Yeah. Listen, some of them beats, it's unreal, bro. It sounds like I said, like I've just never heard some of this stuff again, and that's what makes the album so important, innit? It was like true innovation.
Definitely.
And at at an age so young, it's like it was just exploration, innit? You can see you're just playing with stuff and you're figuring stuff out. I was just
so hungry to just play with shit. You're right.
Nothing to base that on.
Do you know what was good about that time though?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a very experimental time in music, especially in the mainstream as far as rap music and all that, because a lot of the stuff that was mainstream that time was kind of brave, because all my shit was based off Neptunes, Timbaland, 3-6 Mafia, or especially Timbaland and Neptune. The stuff they were putting out that was getting big at the time was like brave. Think of how big grinding was, considering how much was in that beat. You know what I mean? It was a good time.
Do you have a favourite out of the two?
Of what?
Timbaland and Neptunes.
I feel like I got into Timbaland first. I feel like Neptunes, I feel like they made me feel like I could make beats because there was so little. I feel like their beats were more sparse, so I feel like they inspired me more to make beats. But Timbaland was my favourite.
I don't think I know to this day. It's one of them arguments that will just go on forever, innit?
It blew my mind when I found out they were cousins.
Who?
Timbaland and Pharrell. That blew my mind.
No, they're not, bro.
I swear to God.
Timbaland and Pharrell.
Pharrell brought Timbaland in, but Timbaland bust first.
Wow. You heard it here first, guys. No, you probably didn't, but I heard it here first. Do you know what I mean? That is wild. I'm literally going to Google that the minute I get off this mic.
Trust.
But I want to play the second favourite tune of yours.
Yeah, man.
My second favourite was nearly my first, but it just got pegged down at the last second. And my second favourite song of yours is Respect Me. Respect Me, man. Talk to me about Respect Me, man. Big up Wonder.
Big up Wonder. Just you know, it's mad. Obviously, no, to be fair, I think that's the first song I made when I came back from Napa.
Okay.
It is. This is the first thing I did.
Yeah.
So I basically just went straight into my second album.
Yeah.
And I can't remember where I'd heard the beat before, or if he just sent it to me. I don't remember the process. I just remember just recording it.
Yeah.
But that beat is still like, it's a one-off, innit? It was
This is my thing. Like, I feel like, I don't know if saying you're lucky is the right word, but like, that beat is so iconic, right? And that beat lasted test of time. Like, I still play that to this day.
Sick.
The fact that you got to vocal it is perfect. Do you know what I mean? And I'm glad it was you. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But well, I had the right thing for it too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm saying like, and it's where it stands up. Like, it's also that song. I don't even really feel like I even like listening to that song.
Really?
Nah, not at this point, because it's too
angry, like.
Yeah, it's too real. It's too like, it's like I don't even want to go there. Nah, don't really.
That's the thing. I feel that line, you're gonna respect me if it kills you. Yeah, like the way you say it, the way it's delivered.
I was sure.
I feel like you were threatening me in my headphones. You know what I mean? Like it felt like that is proper strong. It's proper powerful song, man.
Nah, it proper is. Just that beat, like I said, it's a one-up. It was so dark and so like.
I can't even imagine what
sharp.
Hearing that beat must have been like back then. Do you know what I mean? Like that's.
It's kind of come out of nowhere, because Wonder had like loads of big beats laying about. You'd expect something from a Wiley or from a or from, like, there was a few people about that. I mean, fling back, but Wonder just came through with that, and then that like whoa, because it was so dark. So
I think that's one of the brilliant things about I think the early grand production. Like, and this is the perfect example. Like, it's so minimalistic, but it does the job, innit? And it's like, how can something that's so simple, and it sounds like there's not much to it.
It's sinister.
But it has never been replicated in 20 years. Like, it's a weird kind of concept to come to terms with, if you know what I mean.
And it makes you think, what was a person, like, when they make beats, sometimes like, what was
he thinking?
Yeah, what
sitting
like,
in that room making that beat.
Yeah, like it was just the perfect like marriage of the two.
For sure. So this is my second favorite Dizzee Rascal song of all time. This one is Respect Me, produced by Wonder. Keep a look.
Rinse 106.8 FM.
My second favorite Dizzee song of all time, that is Respect Me. It's a sinister one, isn't it? It's
sinister.
Do you know what I mean? It makes me want to go and tell someone who don't respect me, like, you better start respecting me.
I manifested it. I got my respect.
You did. So I'm about to play my favorite Dizzee Rascal song of all time. Right. Before I say it, do you have a favorite Dizzee Rascal song of all time?
Bonkers, yeah. Nah, I'm joking. My favorite one, if I narrow it down just to Boy in the Corner, if it's easier, I like Cut 'Em Off. Because when I was rehearsing for the Boy in the Corner show, one of the rehearsals, I was actually just listening to the beat like, fucking hell, did I make that? I was impressed by myself. But again, I've never heard a beat like that again. Most of the beats on Boy in the Corner, you just never hear anything like it again. It's true.
I think that's why it's so special.
No, 100%. Because even now, I haven't replicated anything like that again. Like,
if you were to take it outside of Boy in the Corner, do you have another favourite? Or would you say Cut 'Em Off is your all-time favourite?
No, I still on Boy in the Corner again. I like What You Want.
Okay.
That's again another one of my favorites. It's not one that gets screamed about a lot, but me personally, how happy I am with where everything was placed, every sound, every drum, everything is like, that's a bit of me personally. That's what I'd like. I'd love that to be mainstream music. You know what I'm saying? But,
you know, it's interesting. I feel with Boy in the Corner, right? Because I was actually at your the first time that you did the Boy in the Corner. No, in New York.
Oh, the first time.
The first
time. My bad. Okay.
First.
Yeah, sick.
I was there with Elijah Skilliam. I think Jemima Edwards was there, rest in peace.
Yeah, Stormzy was there as well.
Yeah. So we were there. And I think the thing with the album is, it's kind of like, I mean, it would have happened. It would have happened organically. But the first half of the album is like the bangers in terms of like the beta bangers.
Yeah.
But then the second half of the album is just sick tunes that should have been like on the same wave. But I guess like Stop That I Love You. You know, it got the energy.
Yeah.
The second half is just as good, bro. It just, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was just like, I don't know how that happened. It seemed like it, I don't even know how to describe it.
It was darker and deeper in the second half.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I'm so annoyed, right? Because when I was at that show, I ripped one of the posters off the wall. I took it home, innit?
Yeah.
And I've had it on my bedroom wall since then. And I was gonna bring it today. I was gonna get you signed. I forgot.
No,
Imagine that. Imagine the pain.
Man. That's calm.
But you know what? Yeah, we got you on rinse, man. So this is special. You get me? So my favorite song of all time is Fickle.
Sick. Okay.
My favorite song is Fickle.
Rah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was that one was a bit of a change for me. You know what's mad? I think that was the last tune I produced before I stopped.
Really?
Yeah, because the last tune on that album, and that was one again where I straight sampled, and it was a Lamont Dozier tune.
I was gonna ask, what is that song?
Yeah, Lamont Dozier. I'd never heard it. I don't know if there was a record laying about, and I was again, like, what was that? And in fact, I actually chopped it all up, sampled it, did all that with it. And,
is it just the vocal bit that's a sample, or is it the like? Because there's a few bits that could be in the instrumental.
Nah, it's just that.
The vocal bit,
yeah. And then I play in the drum. Yeah, is it? Did I chop up two parts of the same song? There's got the piano bit and then the string bit. Whereas at that time it was like the whole Just Blaze Kanye West kind of high pitched sample thing. Yeah, did all that. That was my like.
Right, you're gonna have to tell me what the original is because I wanna YouTube that.
Yeah, you could probably go on who sampled it.
Yeah.
Like I know it's a Lamont Dozier tune, but I like stuff like that because I'd never heard of him either.
Yeah. What do you think of Fickle though? Because I was with Scratch a DVA yesterday. And I was talking about we were gonna do this, and I was telling him about my favourite songs. I said Fickle. He looked at me like, Fickle? Really?
I've never heard no one say that.
But this is, and you know what the maddest thing is? I don't think I would have said Fickle until this week when I really I listened to everything again. And when I heard Fickle, it's something like sparked in my brain that like, why has this not been my favourite song the whole time?
Right.
My favourite song, actually, before this week was Learn. Right?
Okay.
I really liked Learn.
Big up Taz.
And Grafting as well was up there too.
Yeah.
But during this week, they both fell out the top 3. They were my favourites at one point, fell out the top 3. Fickle was there now. Fickle was at the top spot.
Wow.
So, my favourite Dizzee Rascal song of all time, Fickle, man. Take this one in, please. Really?
Yeah, until you said that. And then I just showed you the sample where I sampled it from, and remembering like, actually, like what? I'm trying to remember every process of making that tune. Yeah?
That's why I like to do what I do in these interviews. You know what I'm saying? I like to remind people of certain things that maybe you haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's funny. I had Prez T on last month.
Yeah.
And I played all his old tunes. Like when he heard this, he was like, like 2 weeks ago. He just listens to all his music. I was like, I wanted to give you that moment, but he listens.
Yeah, that's.
But you know what though, yeah? I think one of my favorite things about you and your music, right? Your voice, right? The delivery and the tone of your voice to me, right, is London. So it's like I lived in New York for a while. You know what I mean? And when I listen to your music, I feel like I'm back.
Home.
Do you know what I mean? Like your voice. There are certain voices in London that define London to me, right? They're different styles, right? One is you, one is Danny Dyer, and one is Hugh Grant. Do you know what I mean? It's like there are certain certain ranges of London. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
But it's like a defining sound of this city.
Right.
To me, you get me?
Wicked.
So thank you for coming down, man. It's an absolute
man, I love
pleasure,
that, man. I like when it's things. I'll talk about just the music all day long. Over the years, people always want to talk about bullshit.
Nah, I've no interest.
It's all I care about. Sick, man.
The music. It's the music, man. Do you know what I mean? Especially when we're talking about Boy in the Corner, it's like this album is iconic, bro.
Nah,
and I think it's 20 years, but it will go 40,
Keep going.
60, 100. Like that album is
As people
defining.
keep sampling it as well, and
Yeah.
I love that. Or when someone says one of my lines from one of my old songs and all that, I love seeing that.
For sure. So you know what? We've got some people in the building, and it would be an absolute crime. I think I'd have people knocking down my doors if I didn't get you to spit some bars.
Has to be done, man.
So, for the remainder of the show, we're gonna be doing a set. It's Dizzee and friends. You know, we're not even gonna say who's here. Just open your ears, recognize the voice. You get me? So, keep it locked, yo. Live until 9 o'clock is Rinse FM, Oblig, and Dizzee Rascal.